It's been 10 years since the start of our relationship with the restaurant Mugaritz. 10 years that coincide with Mugaritz's rise as one of the best and most famous restaurants in the world. The collaboration between Mugaritz's gastronomic creation and our factory of perplexity is deep and full of friendship and complicity. There are two things that we would like to emphasize as fundamental to an understanding of our work. First, our task, our objective actually, has been to give Mugaritz an identity in the larger sense of the word, to give its physical location a sense of soul. By doing that, we have managed, quite by chance, and almost in spite of us, to give Mugaritz a natural and organic quality that is developing and growing on its own. Second, we want to emphasize that the works we are introducing here have been produced with very little budget, and as always, under the precarious economic conditions often present in similar establishments who are starting out but who remain dedicated to the cult of luxury dining. Ten things for Mugaritz. Number 1. The Mugaritz name and logo. Before he opened the restaurant, Chef Andoni Luis Aduriz asked us for a suitable name and brand. Mugaritz is located in the border of the two adjacent municipalities of Astigarraga and Errenteria. The restaurant itself is divided by the virtual line formed between two border stones. A 200-year-old oak dominates the garden, and in autumn, the neighbors of both sides of the border share its acorns. Because of all these unique peculiarities, we selected the name of Mugaritz, which in Basque language means bordering oak. Muga for bordering, and aritz for oak. Number 2. The Kai typography or font. Kai typography is a modern revision of the traditional Basque typography. In the Basque country, there's a long typographic tradition of rock sculpting made by artisans in a rural and quiet and polished way. The main graphical features are a result of sculpting in relief and of using modest and bad quality tools. This results in obtuse and straightforward layouts when compared to the more sophisticated Roman models, which are embossed and with a high level of fine detail. Despite the cult and tradition of great typographers in the country, the socio-political condition of our land favor an identity based in a rural model with examples abundantly present in houses and graveyards. Number 3, the axe menu. The axe menu was one of our first interventions when the restaurant was ready to open, in relation with the idea of the border tree or mugaritz, which gave rise to the restaurant's name. And with the tradition of the environment in mind, we combined the idea of the axe or hacha with the presentation of the menu. Not by chance, this concept was designed to be really practical and ergonomic, evoking the wooden supports of the old English clubs, which usually held papers hung from the walls. Number 4, the seeds box. We also wanted to create a lasting and evoking resource for the food once the meal is finished, while having a cup of coffee or tea, leaving in the memory of a poetic recall to summarize the trip. In order to do that, we created the idea of planted a seed within yourself. Instead of eating a simple almond, a seed is planted figuratively inside of us, so a tree will grow in our memory, leaving it full of birds and passing through the avatars of the seasons. It's maybe a way of identifying with the plants. Number 5, the Mugaritz website.